try, but didn't try team. But it's not. I don't have any problem with team.
Of course.
Yes, I can.
It's similar, of course, but you should definitely download because you need to have it because all the contacts, of course, will be synced automatically to your Teams app from Skype to actually Teams. So before, I think May the 1st, you should download, and of course, you need to sync all your contact from Skype to actually Teams app. So that is really important to do it. And after that, of course, we can use. Well, let's see. Okay, by the way, let's get started with our new topic. Let's see what we have today. Let me share the board. And, well, okay, what is passive? So today we're going to talk about one of the most common and perfect structures in English that we normally use, it, especially in formal context. We use it a lot. Why? So when talk, yes.
No, we finished at 7.4.
Didn't we? I think we finished, didn't we?
No, not yet.
Okay. So I will play it. Okay, let me check. Of course. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So let me find the audio. Okay. So 7.4. Okay. Listen again and write 3 missing words. Okay. Let's see.
Listen to 4 people in the audience.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, really? We didn't. So sorry. I was like, okay, we did. So part 1, listen to 4 people in the audience at the end of a presentation, which speaker refers to specific point in the presentation, expresses concerns and ask the presenter to comment, and thanks the presenter, and then ask a question. Ask the presenter to repeat and give more detail on something. So let's see which one. Okay, 7.4.
One.
I'd like to pick up on a point you made about the language skills of your employees. How do you test their level of comprehension?
2.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving us such an interesting presentation. I think everyone found it useful. One question I have is this: how long do you estimate it takes to transfer all the data?
3.
Can I ask you to show us the slide again with the overhead estimates? And could you talk us through them in a bit more detail?
4.
I'd like to make a comment, if that's okay. Clearly, there are lots of benefits to what you're proposing, but the timescales involved are very long, and the forecasts don't seem to take into account the costs at our end. I was wondering if you'd like to comment on that.
Well, so the first speaker, which one?
First speaker, I think 8.
Yes, definitely yes.
Yeah.
The second one?
4.
The second one?
B4.
Oh. B4. Oh, yes, B4. So the last one, yes, expresses concern, yes. And
C2.
No.
She is second speaker.
Yes. The second speaker. Yeah, thanks, the presenter. Yeah, of course.
And D is third speaker.
Of course. Very good. Well, and now let's listen again and write the 3 missing words. So let's see.
7.4. 1.
I'd like to pick up on a point you made about the language skills of your employees. How do you test their level of comprehension?
It's
2.
so quick. Yeah,
Okay, so
I know the
again,
situation, but it had to catch up word by word.
of course. Well, so uh listen again. He said pick up on, pick up on. Now listen.
Yeah.
Let me play it again. Listen.
7.4. 1.
I'd like to pick up on a point you made about the language skills of your.
I'd like to,
Pick up.
yeah, pick up on. Okay. And what is the meaning of pick up on? Actually, notice a point. Notice or focus. Notice or focus. So this is the meaning of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, of course. So I'd like to notice a point or focus on a detail. For example, this is
It,
the,
that means emphasize some.
of course, pick up. When you use this, so first of all, let me say something. This phrase is not really commonly used, actually. So pick up on is common, but when we say a point, maybe pick up on is good. When
Yeah.
you use this, pick up on, the point means to actually focus on the detail, or for example, to notice a point. So that is the meaning, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the next one.
Your employees. How do you test their level of comprehension?
2.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for giving us such an interesting presentation.
First of
Thank
all,
you for. Thank you for.
very good, of course, very good. And the next one.
I think everyone found it useful. One question I have is this.
I think everyone
Think it useful.
found it
Found it.
useful, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long do you estimate it takes to transfer all the data?
3.
Can I ask you to show us the slide again with the overhead estimates? And could you talk us through them in a bit more detail?
4.
Okay. So the next one, let's see.
I'd like to make a comment if that's okay.
Ah, you missed number 4 and 5. Oh, so.
No.
No, it's okay. So after, yeah.
Can
Okay.
you? Yeah.
So number 5, can I ask you? No, number 4. 1 is this 1.
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah. Because I miss I when I hear the 3 4, I think that is not met with the yeah.
Let me give you first. Of course, I will play it again. Just let me help you. When listening, of course, especially when speakers maybe are talking too fast, quickly, that is really normal because this is conversation. Of course, they don't wait. So what to do? And you want to fill in the blanks. Of course, you don't need, because you want to use this language. So it's not like a test. But I want to give you actually a tip. That is a good one. So we don't have time. I don't have time to write found it useful, because if I do this when writing, I will miss the rest of the audio. What? Normally I do this.
Yeah.
Okay, like quotes. Okay, then I remember, of course, these letters remind me of, found it. So of course I can guess because I heard this phrase. So this way is better, because if you focus on one, of course, you will miss the next one. So listen now. Let me, from the second speaker, I think.
One question I have is this. How long do you estimate it takes to transfer all?
One question I have,
yeah.
Yeah, one question I have is this: how long? Okay. The next one.
Yeah.
3.
Can I ask you to show us the slide again with the overhead estimates?
Can I? Of course.
To show.
to show us the slide again. Very good.
Right?
Yeah.
Show off, right?
Show us. Show us. Can I ask you to show us the slide again? Yes.
Yeah.
Show us.
And could you talk us through them in a bit more detail?
And could you?
Put you through it.
Okay, what is the problem? Because of course I can say that you are used to hearing and listening to American accents. So you heard the word talk, but he said talk. Of course, that's right. So talk us through. Talk us through. Okay. So this one, that is, could you talk us through them a bit more detail? Okay.
Yeah.
4.
I'd like to make a comment if that's okay.
I'd like to.
Make a comment.
Very good. And the last one?
Clearly, there are lots of benefits to what you're proposing, but the timescales involved are very long, and the forecasts don't seem to take into account the costs at our end. I was wondering if you'd like to comment on that.
Let's
Okay.
comment.
Comment on that. Comment
Yeah,
on
yeah.
that. Of course,
Yeah.
very good. Yes, very good. Okay. And any question related to this? Let me say, talk us through. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a good phrase. I like, especially in formal. We use it. Of course, you can use informal and informal context. What is the meaning of it? It means to explain step by step. So talk us through means to explain step by step.
Yeah.
It's a good one. I like it. So, well, and now let's keep going with the rest of our topic. That is, now it's time to talk about the passive good structure. Okay. Why we use it? Of course, you know that sometimes action is more important than doer. What is that? Especially in formal context, no matter who does the action is important. For example, when I say that, I don't know, the documents, I don't know, the document is prepared, no matter who did this, the document is important. So actually, we use passive voice. What is that? Object of an active sentence become the subject of it. So I replace. Okay. And that is really easy. The structure is actually subject, form of be, and past participle. If you wanna add the agent, the doer, so you can add by. So I have subject. So when I say subject, actually the previous object, then turn to, and then be, and then of course past participle of verb. If you want to add doer, someone who did, you can add by someone. Okay, so how is it? Let's talk about, let me give you some example. For example, I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter. Of course, this is an active, normal sentence. Now, that is really easy. So I need to replace a letter.
Is.
Was. I wrote.
Yeah,
was. So the only point about passive is to actually the form of be. Actually, you need to notice. You need to be careful about the use of it. If it's future, future. If my active sentence in past, I need to use past form of be. For example, I say that I cook the meal. This is, of course, present. So the meal is cooked by me.
Yeah.
So let me erase the word again. Okay. So I cook the meal. The meal is cooked because this one is present. Okay. And they will build, okay, for example, a A new house.
Yeah.
Okay, this is future. First, of course, a new house. I need to use future, and of course, I need to use be.
Will be built
Definitely yes. Will be built
by them.
by, for example, yes, them. Definitely yes. Okay. And now, let me ask you about different, of course, past continuous. For example, they were doing the work. They were doing the work. Okay. So what is this? Yeah.
The work was doing.
Was been
The work.
the work. For the work, I should use was. It was. Now I need the correct form of be, because this is, so was being and done. Of course, I have nothing to do with verb. Verb is past participle. So I should make changes on be. Was being done by them. So present perfect. They have done. Okay. They have done the work. So to change it, the work,
the works has been
done. Very good. Because, you know, I change have to has because now my subject is the work. A singular form. So of course I need to use has been done. Okay. And as we just about will be done. So for example, and now about be going to, that is really easy. They are going, for example, I say, let me, okay. They're going to build, I don't know, a new house. So
a new house is a new house is going to be.
Very good. It's going to build by them. Very good. And for example, the next one, should. Okay. You should finish the report. You should finish the report. Okay.
The report should be finished.
Should be finished. Very good. Of course. For example, you must clean the room.
The room must be clean.
Definitely, yes. The room must be cleaned, of course. For example, you can solve the problem. You can solve the problem.
The problem can be solved by.
Very good. Solved. Okay. And you don't need to add by here. So it's not, because sometimes it's really important. But of course, so just, you know, can be solved. And he may fix the car. He may fix the car.
He make, right?
He may fix the car. Oh.
The car may be fixed.
Yeah, of course, maybe fixed, of course. Or someone might break the rules. Someone might break the rules.
The rules may be break.
Might be broken. Might be broken.
Yeah. The rule might be broken.
Of course. For example, they could cancel the meeting. They could cancel the meeting.
The meeting may the meeting could be cancelled.
Definitely yes. And the last one, she would complete the task on time.
The the start the start could be finished on time.
Very good. So, yeah, she would. So the task would be completed on time. Would. Okay, very good. And so this is all about passive, of course. You know it. So doer is not important, or maybe it's unknown. So, and we want to sound formal. That is really important. So because of this, for example, for IELTS writing, we normally use passive because this is formal language. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay, here. Read the sentences and which is the active, which is actually in the passive form, why each form is used. So let's see. Number 1, what do you think? 1,000.
Sorry, number 1.
So number 1, read these 2 sentences. Which one is active, which one is passive, and why? What is the reason that we actually they use? 1,000 of European back office jobs.
The first one is passive, and the second one is active.
Of course. And why here we use for the second one, we use active but not passive.
Active, that means is a maybe it's a plan or schedule.
Because here the second one we focus on actually the doer, who, what, companies. So actually this subject is important. Because of this I use active. About the first one, I focus on the action. That is, that is back of, back office jobs that have been outsourced. So the action or the doer. And the second one, read the sentences, underline the passive verb. Okay. Number 1.
Read the sentence and underline the passive verb. Has been awarded.
Yeah, have been awarded, of course. Have been. And 2.
Yeah, wait a minute, I'm taking a note.
Of course. Have been awarded.
Had been awarded.
Of course. The second one, actually they are passive, and we want to just underline the passive, for example. The second one.
Yeah, second one. I'm reading it, but
of course.
Yeah, a little bit confused because I don't find the bees be
okay.
in that sentence.
It's said. It's said. Yeah, that is passive. It is said.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's said. People say that. Now I want to change it. I don't want to use people, so I say it said that. And number 3.
Weren't present.
Yeah. Of course, weren't presented. Very good. And 4.
Is automatically transferred.
Of course, is transferred. And we have an adverb here. No, we normally why not. Sometimes we use adverb, so it's really normal. Is transferred, automatically transferred overseas. Very good. Yeah. Well, and now let's complete. So we have some rules. Of course, we talked about it. So when the doer is unimportant, or mention using by to describe a process or how something is done. Okay.
Yeah.
And to avoid saying who is responsible for failure or mistake, and to make information more impersonal, as I told you. So it's just, you know, some rules that you've already actually.
So can you explain more about the C?
Of
C
course.
part? Yeah, to avoid
Yeah.
saying who is.
To avoid saying who is, when I say I, for example, I made something. Actually, I am the responsible. I am the one who did. Now, if I'm talking about failure, for example, actually, I did this, so the project, unfortunately, you know, failed. Oh, so everyone knows who did. Now, unfortunately, the project was failed. So who did, no matter, I don't want to mention. This is to avoid saying who is responsible. Actually, let me say something. This one and this one are the same.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, you know, no matter who did, actually the problem or maybe the action is important. So like, you know, the same. Yes. And of course, this one, that is the, like, you know, once you want to make something general, of course, you don't want to mention who. No, who, no matter, just the action. We focus on it. And now let's read the sentences. Which sound natural in the active form, which would sound more natural in the passive form. Change them into the passive. Okay, number one. Somebody stores a lot of or sensitive information in a secure remote site. So
somebody store a lot of sensitive information.
Do you think it's better to use it passive or active? This is passive, active. So
I think it should be in passive.
definitely yes. Yes. Somebody who, of course, no matter. Yes, actually, our sensitive information is important. So yes, passive. Yeah. And just about, you know that, for example, about a lot of our sensitive information, you know that this is not countable. So I use is stored in secure, you know, remote sites. Two, somebody phoned you while you were out at lunch. Somebody phoned you.
I think it should be in passive.
Why?
Because when subject that you at lunch, that mean that mean
okay, let's change it to passive. Somebody phoned, you were phoned by someone. It's not natural. We don't say this. Yeah. I say, no worry, somebody called you. I don't say, you were called by some. No. For this one, no, we don't use. It's more natural to use. Yeah. Somebody phoned you or called you. So while you were out at lunch. Yes. So active is better here. And three.
In the second, I just want to clear. Somebody phone you while you are out at lunch. It is nature, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
And somebody, of course, because just listen, even when you listen, it's not something normal. You've never heard it. Like, you know, when I say you were phoned by someone or you were phoned while you were actually out at lunch, it's not natural. It's not normal. We don't say. So sometimes, especially when it comes to, you know, someone actually did an action like calling you. So it's important, that is really important. Who was that? So of course, I will give more details. So somebody called you and then I ask you, who called me? And say, for example, your colleague. Yes. So number three, you must know where Jason has gone.
I think it's okay. It
Of
it is
course.
active.
Of course, it's definitely okay. So we
Yeah.
can't even, I can imagine how to make it to why. So, for example, it must be known by someone. No,
Yeah.
just somebody knows. Yeah, of course, where Jason has gone.
Yeah.
Natural is okay. For workers will close the roads for repairs for 2 weeks.
I think it's the same.
No, I think here, normally we get this. We hear the road for reaper, okay, will be closed. Who? No matter. Just why? Because actually the action is important. So passive here is important. Who?
Yeah.
No matter.
Passive,
But the
right?
road, yeah, passive is better.
Be better, right?
Yeah, the road will be closed for repairs for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So this one is better.
Yeah.
And 5.
It's it always, you know, to see when some notice or some an announcement about
Yeah, of course.
the
course.
or the operation in a road.
Course. Yeah, of course. You definitely see passive because it's not really, as I told you. So no matter, we know, of course, we know who did. So it's not important. Actually, what is going on here is important. Okay, so passive voice. And you can't use the lift today because someone is servicing it.
Yes, I think it's inactive because it's an explanation situation.
Yeah, actually, let me say, I have 2 sentences here. So the first one, yes, it's okay, active. You can't use the lift. It's okay.
Yeah.
But the second one, because someone is servicing, I don't like this one because it's being serviced. This one is very actually too much better. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Someone is servicing. No. So we have 2 actually different structures here. First, yes.
Because it is being serviced, right?
Of course, it's being serviced. This one is better. Or, for example, the lift. What is lift? Elevator. That's a lift. Yeah. Okay. So the lift
is in England, right? Elevator.
Yeah, British. Of course. Of course, lift is British. And so the easiest one is,
until now, I find it hard to remember the words.
Yeah, but the good point here, that you don't need, because people understand. In some cases, we really don't understand. We really don't understand. And we're like, what? What? So, but most of the time we understand actually that, for example, because they are common and we heard like lift, elevator, so they're common. But sometimes actually we really don't understand why the reason, like, okay, it's not really good. Yeah. Well, and let's see here. Yes.
Wait. Yeah, I have a question. We have restroom and toilet. So what difference from restroom and toilet?
Let's talk about restroom and toilet. Actually, both of them. But let's see when we use them. That is really important. For example, when you are both of them, as you know, that are usable, but restroom is more polite. So when you are, for example, especially in North America, we use it a lot. So, and when you are out, restaurant, you don't say toilet, you say restroom. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you are, for example, at your workplace, restroom.
Yeah.
Toilet, especially, you know, exactly the same, but actually normally in UK, so, you know, but we also use it, and it's, you know, it's like informal, okay? So it's like a little bit, both of them are usable. So restroom is more common, especially North America, and, you know, toilet, British, but both of them informal, formal, and restroom, of course, is more polite. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, of course. So it's like really casual, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah, of
Because
course.
because when I see the um, the labor the labor of the room, they some maybe they let it red room, and maybe they write it in toilet. So
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
Let me say, so the words that you can use, okay? Restroom, bathroom. Of course, I'm in American. I have no idea about British now. So let's see. We have three words: restroom, bathroom, toilet. Okay, the first one, restroom. In the US, we use restroom for public places, as I told you. Office, mall, restaurant. So when I'm at a restaurant, I don't say where is bathroom or where is toilet. I say where is restroom. This is for public. Bathroom is actually informal form, especially at home. We use it, private setting. I say bathroom. For example, oh, sorry, I'm in my friend's house. Oh, sorry, I need to use bathroom. So this is common.
Excuse me. So I have important call. With
Of
me
course.
1 minute.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm back.
Well, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So,
Yeah.
restroom, public, bathroom, private, at home, and toilet. It's less common. We normally don't use this, but in certain contexts, we may use how. For example, when you want to say that there is a problem with restroom, for example, toilet, okay, is blocked. So you can use this word, okay? So for example, I say, the toilet is blocked, the water won't drain. So I don't say the restroom is blocked. Of course, specifically, I mean toilet. So, but in the US, it's not really. So we use restroom, bathroom. Yeah. Well, and
Can you check your mic?
yeah. Can you hear
Because
me?
I feel it's lower.
Can you hear me now? Let me check it again.
I can hear, but is so low.
Oh, how about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, is it okay? Because I didn't do anything. Just I'm sharing it. So is it okay now?
Yes, I can hear you, but it's a little bit low.
Oh, I don't know. So
Yeah, it's okay for now.
okay, is it okay? Okay, it's okay. Well, so let's read here. Use the passive to rephrase sentences 1 to 5 to avoid saying who's responsible. So I'm afraid you're being made redundant. I have made decision and it's final. So let's see. And we have, I'm afraid I didn't get your email. My colleague deleted it by mistake. I'm afraid I didn't get your email. It was deleted by mistake. So the second part, actually, the person who was responsible. Now we want to change it, okay? So I'm afraid you're being made redundant. This is actually already, this actually one is passive. I have made the decision and it's final. We should change it. How? Present perfect.
Yeah.
So how to change it? This part.
Yeah, because that mean can you explain me again about that requirement? For
Okay.
example, in the first sentence, I'm afraid you.
We have nothing to do. We have nothing to do with the first part because the first part.
Yeah.
Actually, we have something that happened, and we have responsible here. Who did? I have made the decision. So we need to make changes on the second part. Okay, I want to say that, for example, okay, you will lose your job. Okay. Why? I have made the decision and it's final. So I should say the decision. I don't want to mention that I did it. Okay. So decision has been made. So this one is better. It's not good to say that I have made the decision. I've decided to actually, I don't know, for example, to make it, yeah.
Both of them is active phrase.
No, this one is definitely your,
passive.
okay.
Yeah,
The second, yeah, this is passive. This one is active. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see the situation.
Yeah, of course. And so I can say the decision has been made.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the next one, I can't make a copy of the letter because Joe hasn't fixed the photocopier yet.
The photocopier has been fixed.
Yeah, hasn't been.
Hasn't been fixed.
Of course. And John in the post room sent the package yesterday, so it should arrive today. So
it should be. So it should be.
We should change the first word.
Yeah. The package. The packet was the packet was sent.
Yes, yesterday.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah. The package was sent. And post room is British. We say mail room.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is American. This is British. And these cards are unavoidable, but I'm making them to try and save money. So what it is, let's see. I am making them to try and save money.
The money the money is the money is made the money saved.
So I think so. Let's see. These cards are unavoidable, so we can say this actually. When we say cut, you know that we are talking about reduction, especially in budget. So we have this. I'm making them. So I need to change this for it.
Yeah.
Okay. How I can say they are being made. They are being made to try and save money. So why we are actually cut the budget? Why? To try, we are trying to save money. So they are being made. This one is better.
Yeah. They in this situation mean these cards.
Yeah. Of course, these cards are unavoidable. I'm making them. Who? I. Okay, so, but I say they are being made to try
Yeah,
and save
yeah.
money. Okay, and 5, I can assure that someone will deal with your complaint. So the second part here, I can assure you that someone will deal with your complaint.
Yeah, your complaint will be deal.
Very good. So just about the verbs that actually should be followed by preposition, like deal with. Okay.
Yeah, deal.
I
Yeah.
should use, of course. So I say your complaint will be dealt with.
Yeah.
Dealt. Of course, I add T and with. Very good. And now we have passive to rephrase these sentences. Okay, they are more impersonal. So people say that Singapore is very nice, but I've never been there myself. So let's see. So when people say the easiest, it's said.
Yes.
This one is better. So
yeah.
wherever, you feel like, you have, it's said that Singapore is very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
2, everyone knows I should remove. Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone know. It's it will know.
It's known. It is.
It's known.
This is
It's
present simple.
Yeah.
Let me give you a tip. When you have people, everyone, some people, most of people, and then say, believe, just it. It's.
Yeah.
It's. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people think
Eating.
it's thought.
It talk. Yeah.
Of course. So, of course, yes. It's thought. And the next one?
It believe. It's believed.
It's believed. Very good. It's believed. And
is it expected?
Very good. It's expected. So this is the easiest way, and that's it. Well, okay. So, and it's done. So let's finish this word. The next session, we will talk about I like this topic, outsourcing the robots. So the next time we will talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, any questions?
No.
Okay, so since there is no time, let's skip this topic for now, and we'll keep going with the rest of it the next time. So have a great, wonderful working day.
Yeah, thank you, and see you on Monday.
Of course, see you. Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye.